So, November, can you believe it's already November? It's been a crazy year and it seems to have just flown by. I saw my first snowflake in Canada this week. So it was an interesting experience, and it wasn't any big deal. It was just some flurries in the air. But I got to say, I did see my first snowflake in the air. So today, we're going to center ourselves in a powerful and heart-opening idea. There are blessings in all things. We don't always think about that, that everything has a blessing in it. It's not just those moments of sunshine and joy, but it's also those rainy times too. It's not only when life flows smoothly, but it's also when challenges come and they challenge us to grow. There's blessings in all of that. And so let's look once again at our affirmation that we've got for this month. And so as I say it, I want to invite you to speak it to yourself and feel into it. I bless all the pieces and parts of every day and am open to all my blessings. Take a breath and let that truth settle into your being. So the talk this morning is actually an invitation to look with new eyes, with spiritual eyes, and to discover the blessings in all things. So in unity, to bless is to behold the truth of something, to recognize the spiritual essence. And when we bless, we don't try to fix, or we don't try to escape and run away. We acknowledge that this too is of God. This too is divine. And this too has a purpose. Every experience has a purpose in it. Sometimes we don't know what it is. Sometimes we go through it and come out the other side and still don't know what it is. But there is a blessing. I was sharing with them earlier that I'm dealing with a cold. I just got back from, this was the round where I visited four ministries. So I was in Wisconsin, then I was there with you folks, and then I was in Ohio with 2 congregations there. I got back Monday night. Everything was going great, and then Wednesday I started feeling a little cold coming on. And it's like, okay. And even when that happens, what it does, though, I find the blessing in it because it pushes me to slow down. It pushes me to rest. And after a whirlwind of time with ministries and just on the go and workshops and classes, it's time to do a little resting. But I know that if sometime, I'm one of those hard-headed ones, unfortunately. And sometimes the universe has to slap me with something before I'll listen and actually slow down. And so I bless all the pieces and parts of my everyday, even the ones that bring a cold, because I know that through that experience, I'm being blessed with the opportunity to rest and relax a little bit and do some self-care. When we truly look at this statement, I bless all the pieces and parts of every day, what we're doing is we're choosing to see the divine in all of it. In the early morning quiet, or in the stressful meeting, or the unexpected delay, in the cold that comes along, in the joyful encounter or the tearful phone call. Each moment holds something for us, a gift wrapped in experience. In the book of Genesis, we read that God saw all that he had made, and it was good. That wasn't about nature. It was a spiritual statement. Creation, every part of it, it's good at its core. And can we say that about our own lives? Can we look at every part of a day, even the hard parts, and say, this too is blessed? This too is sacred? If not, then maybe we're not looking with spiritual eyes. Because it's about looking beyond, as we talked about last month, it's looking beyond the illusion of what's around us and truly being present to the core truth that it is good. Because in unity we teach that everything is of God. And what's our first principle? Our first principle says there is but one presence and one power in the universe. God the omnipotent. One presence. There's only one thing in the spiritual realm. God the good, omnipotent. And that's where we have to get to the point of seeing with spiritual eyes. You know, so there's a deeper way of seeing things. And it is, like I was just talking about, that spiritual eyes, or through a spiritual lens. When we see through the eyes of that Christ consciousness, of that divine consciousness, we don't deny challenges, but we transcend them. And we begin to ask, what is the blessing here? What is life trying to show me? And how is this helping me to grow? It's not blind optimism. It's not sticking our head in the ground and ignoring that challenges exist. But when we truly step into spiritual maturity, and it's our strength that helps us say that even this, I trust there is a good unfolding. You know, Charles Fillmore, excuse me, Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, said that there is a spiritual law that to bless anything increases its good. Or he said, I think he said, increases its power for good. So there is a spiritual law that to bless anything increases its power for good. And so when you bless your day, your relationships, your work, even your struggles, you amplify their potential to bless you in return. So what if anytime we came across anything that presented itself as a challenge to ourselves, or something that doesn't feel right to us, if we just pause and bless it? If we bless it and go, okay, I bless this circumstance. I bless this person. I bless this event. What we're doing is we're calling forward the good of it. We're working to elevate the energy of it. We're infusing it with positive divine flow. And when we do that, what we're doing is we're shifting. We're transcending to a different type of energy, to a different flow. And so that's a big part for us, is seeing it differently, seeing it through that spiritual lens, claiming it. Because blessing to me, when I bless something, I'm seeing it, I'm recognizing it, I am bringing it to my awareness, and I am putting power into it. And through a blessing, I'm putting the power of the divine. I am putting the power of my recognition that this is something holy. And so the second part of that affirmation is equally important. And it's, I am open to all my blessings. You know, sometimes blessings are right at our doorstep, but we're too distracted or too doubtful to receive them. And so much of spiritual living is simply about being open and being receptive. And so when you bless your day, you begin to notice the beauty, the guidance, and the synchronicities, that those moments of grace that were always there, they begin to appear. You begin to be able to see them. And we don't have to make blessings happen. We just have to stop resisting them. I can't tell you, as I go and I look back in retrospect to my life, how many blessings I missed out on because I was not open to receive, because I did not have the eyes to see or the ears to hear the good that was present there. And so when we bless, we soften our hearts, we align with divine flow, and we say, yes, God, I'm ready, I'm listening, and I am open. And so how do we live this truth? How do we live this truth of blessing all of the parts of our life, of our day, of our experience, and being open to receive the gifts of the blessings? Well, it begins in small sacred ways. Bless the morning as you wake up. Bless your food as you eat. Bless your work before you begin. Bless people as they cross your path. I actually did this not long ago. I was driving a fair distance, and I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to have fun today. I'm going to bless every car that goes past me and every park that's around me. And I just stepped into that and felt into that. And it really made the trip a lot more enjoyable than it had to be, or than it could have been had I just focused on getting to the destination. You know, bless our challenges. Bless the challenges as they arise. You know, so much time we spend in that knee-jerk reaction That if something arose and we went, okay, bless this. And as I bless this, I know that the good will shine, and I have the eyes to see it. And bless yourself as you lay down at rest at night. Bless your day, bless everything that you've learned and you've experienced, and know that that blessing will carry you through the night and into the next morning when we get to start all over again. You know, these blessings are spiritual touch points. They bring us back to presence, back to peace, and back to our divine perspective. And so as you go through each day, do so from that place of our essence. You know, look beyond the illusions, as we talked about last month, and dig deep and know, move into that heart space, and know that everything that is happening, there is a blessing. You know, I remember as a kid, we had those highlights books, and I think they still make them, and they were always in the doctor's offices in different places. And my favorite thing was finding the hidden pictures. Even today, I like doing those video games where you're looking for the hidden things in the video game. So take life as that kind of a challenge. And instead of, you know, we've gotten caught up in society these days where we're always looking for somebody to blame or looking for that next thing to just not be happy about. But what if we were looking for the hidden pictures, and those hidden pictures were blessings? Looking for the hidden blessings in everything we experience. At the grocery store, if we're open, before we walk into the grocery store, say, I bless this experience, I bless this shopping, I bless all the food that is in there, and I am open to the joys and to the blessings that come forward to me. Might be interesting to see if you find some sales going on when you do that. So anyway, in these days, we need all those sales and blessings we can get, right? So, all right. So let's go ahead then and let's do a little meditation. Let's take this message deeper, and not just the concept, but as a felt experience. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move into a time of meditation. I'm going to do a screen share here and get us ready for that. And let's go ahead and just prepare for that time of meditation. And so that we can embody the truth that blessings are in all things, and that we are open and receptive to the blessings that are ours. And so I invite you to get comfortable, to relax your shoulders, to gently close your eyes, and take a deep breath in and out. Yourself softening, releasing the rush, the busyness, releasing the thoughts that have been carrying you through the day, and truly coming home to the center of your being. And now bring your mind to the day so far, and whatever has happened, judgment, and we just observe, and we bring each moment to awareness, and we silently say, I bless this moment, I bless this part of my day. And perhaps there was something joyful. Oh, isn't that grand? See it, feel it, and bless it. Perhaps there was something frustrating. See it, feel it, and bless it too. All the aspects of your day, bless them. And breathe in and breathe out. And let this inner blessing be an act of trust. I bless all the pieces and parts of this day, even those parts I don't understand. I bless them. imagine the rest of your day unfolding before you, just like a gentle path, a trail that you're used to and that is easy to journey. And as you walk this trail in your mind's eye, affirm, I'm open to all my blessings. I am receptive to good. And you don't need to just strive. All you need to do is allow. So open your heart to what already is here. Open your spirit to receive what is waiting for you. You are safe. You are guided. And you are deeply, divinely blessed. And so let us rest in the silence for a minute or two and just embrace this. Feel this. Bring it into the truth of who you are in the silence. Bring your awareness back to your body. Feel your feet, your hands,